There's a woman inside an abandoned sugar factory in Brooklyn. She's just coated a 35-foot sphinx in refined white sugar. It has the face of a mammy caricature. It is, by any measure, breathtaking. And it is standing in a building that ran for a century on the backs of enslaved and exploited labor. That collision, beauty in one hand, history in the other, is the entire career of Kara Walker. By the time she built this piece in 2014, Walker had already spent 20 years proving a single idea, that the most devastating stories don't need to be softened to be heard. They need a form seductive enough that no one can look away. A Subtlety drew over 130,000 people through that refinery before it was torn down. It became one of the most talked about public artworks of the decade. But to understand why she built it, you have to go back to where this all started. Kara Walker was born in Stockton, California in 1969, raised by a painter and art professor. Drawing wasn't a talent she found, it was simply the air in the house. Then, at 13, her family moved to Stone Mountain, Georgia, literally in the shadow of the largest Confederate monument in the United States. It was her first real encounter with a different kind of racism, not always loud, sometimes just polite, fluent, easy to miss if you weren't looking for it. That gap between a violent history and the manners built to disguise it became the question her entire body of work would spend decades answering. She found her answer in 1994, the same year she graduated from the Rhode Island School of Design. Walker debuted a 25-foot wall installation at the Drawing Center in New York, built entirely from cut black paper, the same technique once used for genteel Victorian portrait silhouettes, except hers weren't polite. Look closely at a Kara Walker silhouette, and what first reads as an elegant shadow reveals itself as a scene of violence, servitude, or resistance. The form seduces you before it implicates you. There was no slow build to her career. She arrived fully formed. By 28, she was one of the youngest artists ever awarded a MacArthur Genius Grant, which brings us back to that Sphinx in Brooklyn. A Subtlety is Walker's silhouette logic taken to its most physical extreme. Not paper this time, sugar. Not a wall, a room you walk into and are dwarfed by. The sculpture was gorgeous enough to draw a crowd of 130,000. The building it stood in was a monument to the labor that made sugar an American commodity in the first place. Both truths occupied the same space at the same time, and Walker never resolved the tension between them. That refusal to resolve it is the work. So, if you're an artist watching this, here's what 30 years of Kara Walker's career actually teaches. 1. Beauty is not the opposite of difficulty. It can be the delivery system for it. You don't need to strip the difficulty out of your work to make it legible. You need a form compelling enough that people stay in the room with it. 2. Form and content should sit in tension, not in harmony. Walker never lets the elegance of her silhouettes cancel out their violence, and she never lets the violence cancel out the elegance. Both stay true at once. That tension is what makes the work impossible to forget. 3. You don't need decades to arrive with a fully formed point of view. Walker was 25 when she showed Gone. What made it land wasn't experience, it was clarity. Know exactly what question your work is asking before you make it.